Yeah, we can.
Thank you. So, yeah, Professor Bell, the question that I'm going to ask is somehow a lady in front has asked a bit already, so I just want to further examine on that. Now, that is closer, okay? So that is there is a report from newspaper, the Standard News, that tell us that with the headline is that to ensure the UK can continue to compete on a global stage, it needs a steady supply of talent with the right skills, right? So that is what kind of skills? In detail, it talks about technology, engineering, manufacturing, life sciences, and financial services. Now, the question is that I'm going to ask is more on a macro perspective. Now, how would you see the government, especially the new one, yeah? How would they? What is your suggestion that they should be able to articulate well the education system with this demanded talent to be supplied in the labor market? That's question number one. Secondly, people like me, I'm a new immigrant from Hong Kong, as you know. So I don't know if you guys know that people from my place, usually we have really very high education. For those immigrants, we are talking about 200,000 immigrants, which immigrated to the country for the last 3 years. According to research, 70% of us have received high education, that is minimum undergraduate degree. Now the question becomes, it's a very practical question and realistic one, that we worry seriously about the next generation, our next generation, which is going to proceed with their higher education in the university. However, the system only allowed them to receive the education with a triple of the school fee. That is the real critical problem that we are facing. Triple of the local school fee, right? So what is your suggestion to resolve or to address the two questions above? Thank you.
I think the question focuses primarily on international students and the United Kingdom's position in terms of attracting international students for purposes of study. In June of this year, the Home Office received 28,200 applications for study visas under Tier 4, 29% down from the previous year. Now, of course, this brings you into the realm of why the applications are plummeting, and it has major consequences for the funding of universities who rely heavily on international students. And it gets you into the whole debate of immigration and the arrangements for international students. Of course, one of the key factors in bringing about this fall in the number of applications is the withdrawal of postgraduate students being able to bring in dependents from January of this year. Now, should the government be doing that? That's clearly a political decision. But the issue is this, and I've always said this on many, many occasions, it is perception that trumps substance. And for many young people, the perception is that the United Kingdom is hostile to international students. And that is a perception which is doing us great damage. Now, you would expect me to say that simply because I've had the privilege of travelling all over the globe. I've been in over 50 different countries, and I have to say that in many of the countries I've visited, the quality of the students are such that they add something to the country. So there's no doubt about it. We need to do more to get the balance right between ensuring that we are welcoming to international students, and recent events will not have helped. But we need to make sure that it's a welcoming country for international students, and that they feel that there is an opportunity to develop their own career pathways in ways which will benefit not just themselves but also the country. And one of the things that is well established, if you come to a country to study, you're likely if you do go home to your home country, that your children will also aspire to follow you in your footsteps. So there's a tremendous ongoing economic legacy. In terms of the issue that you raised in respect of Hong Kong, I've come across that before. That's merely for government to decide. And what I feel is important is that people in education who have got leverage need to make sure that those who take decisions in government are well informed. Unfortunately, I feel they are not necessarily as well informed as they should be, and that much more needs to be done to try and ensure that all accurate information, as Baroness Foster mentioned earlier, comes to those who are the political decision makers.
I want to thank you, Professor Senegal, for making time to speak with us today. During the course of your presentation, you've already spoken about your faith and how your faith has helped you. Can you just, in conclusion, share again with us how your relationship with Christ Jesus helped you in your...
Well, I go back to the point that I think Professor said earlier. It's about acting ethically and acting in a way that is honourable. And irrespective of what role you play in life, always try to be fair and not involve yourself in anything that is wrong. And I think that is one of the principles that I would encourage all the young people, irrespective of where you're going or what you're doing, to aspire to. There's a right way and there's a wrong way, and the right way always trumps the wrong way.
Thank you.